So next is that time one. That time of the show where you have DC versus Marvel. And this week we're doing Arrow versus Hawkeye. So I figured we'll break this down by categories. We'll talk about, bow mastery, archery. We'll talk about, just the overall character. We'll talk about, we'll split it up. And last week last episode we gave a minute a piece. I think we kind of just wing it because I think this was going to go this one's going to go pretty fast. So let's just start off with archery, right? My argument for why Arrow reigns supreme is Arrow takes the crown for imperial accuracy. His finesse with the bow is above Hawkeye, in my opinion. His shots hit the bullseye with precision of a hawk, leaving no room for error. And I say this because Oliver has training that Clint doesn't have, right? I'm willing to admit, like, he's military trained, right? Like he's like trained by
this my arguments for me. Make your point.
I'm trying to be nice here. He's trained he's trained by a system. Oliver is guerrilla warfare trained, and I think there's a lot to say about that guerrilla warfare mentality.
Oliver picked up a bow because he ended up having to survive on an island. Clint picked up a bow because he wanted to at the age of 5 and has been training with the bow since the age of 5. His military training was brought into play for running, stamina, endurance, basic stuff like, basic training, all that stuff. The archery, Clint's got him by the ears. Like, so if you really get down to like boil it down to brass tacks, the only thing Oliver has on Clint is speed. I think the official time or the official number of arrows, I think it was arrows per minute was the calculation. Mm-hmm. Oliver was at 33 and then Clint was at 30. Mm-hmm. One, that's imperceivable to the human eye. Second, it's a 10% increase of speed. And if you put that in precision, I get it. That's more arrows hitting the bullseye. The time it takes for Clint to line up a shot, in my opinion, would be shrunk compared to Oliver just because of how long he's been doing it. Straight up, actual experience with a bow. Guerrilla warfare aside, yeah, Oliver's going to sit up in a tree for 10 years waiting for somebody to walk by and pop him with an arrow. Clint's sitting there thinking, okay, I have 5 minutes to kill this guy. How do I do it the fastest? I feel like that gets pulled into the archery side of things. And just with the experience and everything, I feel like that makes him a better archer.
Since we're talking about, overall warfare, let's just talk about this, like the character as far as being battle tested in this overall combat. Mm-hmm. I would say, I keep going back to this, the way Oliver was trained, right? Like not only taking the fact the island, let's take that out of the equation for a moment, but it's also looped in the League of Shadows, right? Let's rope in Ra's al Ghul. Let's rope in that element of things. There's a reason why next to Bruce Wayne, Ra's al Ghul wanted him to be the head of the Demon's Head. In the League of Shadows, I would say put them in the Marvel universe, keep them in the DC universe, wherever. They're nothing to fuck with, man. That training, he's trained to kill, and not kill nicely. I mean, kill not like a greater good military kill. No, Oliver has been trained by multiple environments to be brutal.
How many fights has the League of Shadow won in the DC universe?
That's not fair, because that's a comic book trope in general.
You brought up the military trope of kill clean. There's rules involved in killing. Of course there is. They figure out the most efficient and effective way of executing a mission. And they do it. How does that affect their training, though?
Because the concept of the League of Shadows, the concept and the way they're written emphasizes their training. And that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm going off of. Not the trope that they're made to lose, because they are. I mean, but I'm saying the idea of the League of Shadows.
The idea is there. I get that. I'll just say that on top of Bruce Wayne's training in the League of Shadows, what else did Bruce Wayne have to do to be an effective superhero, an effective guy, effective at what he does? What else did he have to do?
Well, he trained with multiple people. He traveled the world.
So what did Oliver do to enhance his training with the League of Shadows? Clint has it. I would say every mission is training. Every mission is on the job experience. How many missions did Clint Barton do before he even got into S.H.I.E.L.D.? How many missions did he do while with S.H.I.E.L.D. before he was even introduced to the Avengers? We'll never know, because he was that good. He never messed up. It was a clean bill of effective military service.
Nice.
One of the highest critiquing types of service you're going to do. If the whole point of Black Ops is if you do your job well, no one knows about it.
Especially Raj. Like,
that's a whole different video.
I would say his foot soldiers ain't shit, but like Raj, like,
hey, leaders pick good followers. Leaders pick good followers. I'm just gonna say that.
So, ending argument here.
Mm-hmm.
I feel this is a very close matchup, honestly. But my final argument for Ollie, the simple fact that I feel like if you drop them, and I think I'll say this, much like the last argument, I'll make sure the comments in the video, but somebody commented about, well, where's this taking place? Because we need context, because that means a lot. And I think that's true. So I'm saying, like, we drop them in this world, like modern, like in the middle of the main street right here,
right now, present time.
Yeah. I don't, because if this takes place in DC or Marvel, somebody has the upper hand, right? I'll take place in their world. But if you drop them here, just right now, and be like, fight to the death, I would say there'd be a little hesitation with Clint where there wouldn't be with Ollie. And I think that at the end of the day would get Oliver the win. Clint would have to reconcile what's happening, and he would have to justify it. Like, he would have to, like, be, okay, why am I killing this man? Right? I feel where Ollie would be like, oh, fuck it. I feel. So
it depends, because, like, that's the thing, is like, if Clint said, hey, here's a picture of Oliver Queen, go kill him, he wouldn't question the mission. But if I think they both would, technically, because who's giving Ollie the order?
Like, let's say Hawkeye, let's say Clint, by accident or purpose, killed Speed.
Okay.
I believe if Ollie going in with that knowledge would make it a wrap. Or anybody in Ollie's inner circle.
I'd agree with that. With it to the point that would create the no hesitation. I also think that if there's a clear directive, a clean directive, not a, oh, hey, go kill this guy, he's costing us money. If it was a, hey, Oliver Queen needs to be eliminated, he's a threat to humanity.
Go. Kill this arrogant motherfucker.
The only reason I pick Clint Barton, and this is, I'll say this about anybody, anybody that's military trained, a proven list of cleared, not failed, no mistakes, clean missions is evidence beyond a shadow of a doubt that someone can do their job. And Clint Barton, I can't even say Black Widow. Clint didn't even technically take a side in Civil War. He went into exile, kind of. He just went home. He's like, all right, I did the one part. I don't want to mess up any more of the government type stuff. I'm going home. Give me my tracker.
You bring up a good point though. Like, let's say you drop them in this world and there's no context, right? And you just have like me or you sitting at a table, and let's say like there's no way they can get out of it. We set up a scenario like maybe we have Speedy and we have Hawkeye's daughter like captive or something, and we're like, only one of you guys was going to leave this room and survive.
Bro, you know they team up and try to get both of them out.
They would. Let's see how that wasn't an option, and they knew that, right? Like maybe they were Suicide Squatting and we had bombs or temples or something. I don't know.
Ollie with no trick arrows, Hawkeye with no trick arrows, just like stick and stone sharpened arrowheads going at it. I feel like Clint has a little bit of a hand-to-hand combat like advantage. I feel like he's just a little bit more crazy with the arrows. He's the type that'll shoot one up and shoot it back down so it lands at the right angle to go into someone's head. Ollie's the same way.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
and Ollie would be innovative too. Like he wouldn't like just focus on arrows and that. He'd be like, okay, like I'm like parkouring off this tree or something. you know what I mean? Like he would like
setting traps and stuff like that.
Yeah, like he would like use his surroundings, I think, more than Clint would. Clint would be focused on like
lining up a shot.
Yeah, what's the tools in front of me? Where Ollie would be like, I see a tree that's about to fall down. Or like, you know what I mean? Like Ollie would think like that. So yeah, that'd be interesting.
That's a tough one. Let us know in the comments what you guys think, because honestly, for me, it's too close to call.
Let us know what you guys think, and what our next matchup should be. Like I always say, we have a plan, but we can change it.
We're very flexible. Think like Reed Richards. we get around whatever we need to get around to.
Like Darkseid versus Thanos, maybe? Just for example, who knows? That's another one, man.
Freaking Omega beams.